It's really important to have a clean heart. It's really important to sever soul ties. It's really important to get delivered. It's really important to ask God to reveal to you what his design is for your marriage, because marriage is not for your happiness. You will be happy, not all the time. It will bring you joy. It will bring you happiness and fulfillment, but that's not the goal of it. The goal of it is to make you holy. The goal of it is to sanctify you and ultimately to prepare your soul for eternity. And so if you view marriage as being for your happiness, you'll think that God is cruel if you're not married yet. You'll think that you're doing something wrong if you're not married yet. You'll feel like God has forgotten you if you're not married yet. And that couldn't be further from the truth. He's trying to accomplish his purposes, not yours. And so you have to get in his face about what it is he wants for you. And the Bible says that godliness plus contentment is great gain. So if you find yourself being discontent, you need to get close to God. And the closer you get to him, the more fulfilled you'll be in your life. And that way, everything else is an asset. It's not the cake. Everything else is just icing, but God is the cake. Marriage is not a reward for your good works. Marriage is a gift, not a reward. It's not something you can earn, just like our salvation. You weren't so good that God was like, let me save her. You haven't been such a good Christian and such a good woman of God that God's like, bless that woman with a husband. Do I think that you can steward your life well, and as a result of it, God bless you with gifts? Of course. But heaven is our reward. Heaven is our reward. Now, you as a wife or as a wife to be will be a prize for your husband. You will be his crown. Okay? But he is not the end all be all. You are not the end all be all. It's Christ at the center. A man is not to pursue your heart, he's to protect it. A man is not supposed to pursue my heart. What? No, because a pursuit indicates that there's a chase. If two people agree that we like one another and we want to move toward a common goal, what do you need to pursue? You need to protect my heart. You need to make sure that you're not putting me in compromising positions. You need to be sure that you have my best interest at heart. You need to be sure that you're asking my dad, my heavenly dad, about everything. You ask for his blessing. You ask for wisdom on how you're supposed to carry my heart and hold my heart, how you're supposed to protect me, how you're supposed to love me, how you're supposed to honor me, how you're supposed to wash me with the water of the word. You consult him, not yourself, not your homies, not your feelings, not your past relationships, not some relationship guru, not somebody's Instagram post. God on how to pursue that woman's heart, protect that woman's heart. Sorry. It's so churchy that we kind of like, but I don't think that is biblical. I think that Hosea and Gomer are just like this beautiful picture of, and I struggle with this because for whatever reason, I thought for a long time that Gomer was married before she was a prostitute. And Hosea was just going to like bring her back home. But that was not the case. God told Hosea to go and marry a prostitute. Why? You want to know why, don't you? I do too. It was to be a symbol and a sign to the children of Israel that God was going to go get them and make an everlasting covenant with them. So God, you want me to go marry a prostitute so you can prove a point to your people. This right here is evidence that marriage is not for your happiness. It's for God's purposes, and it's to sanctify you at the end of the day. To make you like him. Because marriage is like this tiny blip. It's only for this life. There's no marriage in heaven. So you got to think about what you're preparing your soul for. You spend all this preparation and all this time focused on trying to be a good wife to a man, but not a good bride to Christ who saved you. While I think it's great to prepare for marriage, I think if you just focus on being a good friend, just focus on being a good friend, you're putting yourself in a great position. Because while I won't be married to my husband in heaven, I will be his friend. So we're building an everlasting friendship. So if I know how to serve him and love him like a friend, that's going to make courting go like much smoother. We're going to be less apt to be like feeling on each other and going too far and doing the most because you're the homie. And I want to protect you because I love you. I don't want to objectify you. It's not about me. It's about you. You're greater than I am. There's no greater love than this, that a man would lay down his life, not for his wife, not for his kids, not for his mom, but for his friends. There's no greater love than that. Be a good friend. It's cute to post the Instagram pictures and go on the dates and yada, yada, yada. But guess what? I'm much more interested in building a foundation that's going to last through some storms than like going on a date. We got the rest of our marriage to go on a date. What's our vision for our kids? What's our vision for our finances? What's our vision for our health, our wellness? What's our vision for the ministry that God has called us to? What's our what is it that he wants for us? And are we in alignment with it? Because too many people get married for the wrong reasons and they're coming up empty. All of your expectations will be shattered in the most beautiful way. You will see yourself in a way that you've never seen yourself before. Marriage is one of those mirrors that are in those dressing rooms with the magnifying glasses and the lights, and then you see all the stuff on your body that you didn't know was there. That's marriage. Like three-way mirror. Lights everywhere. Marriage. And if you don't know how to celebrate others, if you don't know how to not hold offense in your heart, if you don't know how to put yourself last, if you don't know how to honor your temple, if you don't know how to have self-control and govern yourself, if you don't know how to fast and pray and seek and lay on your face like before God, you're not ready. And it's okay. It's good to get in God's face and ask him, like, can you show me myself? Can you tell me where I'm at? I know where I think I'm at, but where am I really? Hardest work I've ever done. Having this ring on my finger. Hardest work I've ever done. And I'm a mom of 2 toddlers. Marriage is it's a lot. It's a lot. And when you're whole, it's just like more fun and sweeter, and your bounce back is different, and your influence is different, and your intercession is different, and your mind is different, and your drive and your ambition is different. Your goals are different, you know. So the world has its way of preparing. And I think a nice wedding is cool. I think a wedding banquet and a party and a celebration is awesome. But if you invest more in the wedding day than you do in premarital counseling and therapy, if you invest more in that than like your savings and making sure that y'all are under like leadership and accountability, it's a waste. Like it's a sincere waste. So, yeah. You know what I think would be cool? Like instead of spending a whole bunch of money on a wedding I know people be like, oh, put a down payment on a house and that's fine, whatever. But like, how about investing in 6 months worth of date nights, like having that in the savings account, and getaways, like having a reserve so that y'all have built-in time for one another, because life gets very hectic. You might get pregnant on your honeymoon. Then what? Are you prepared for that? Are you okay with that? Because if you're not ready to be nobody's wife. Because those are the things that come along with being a wife. Are you prepared to be somebody's caretaker? Are you prepared, if it came down to it, to be the sole provider of the household? Are you prepared for roles to shift if need be? Are you prepared for all the different things that life can throw at you? Because it will. What kind of person are you? What kind of integrity do you have? Who's praying for you? Who's around you? Who's for you? Who's with you?